And who's what here? All right, here we go, everybody. Thank you, Suzanne, for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
Middle. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Let's give a couple seconds here while the waiting room empties. So hope it's a beautiful day where you are. It's a beautiful day up here in northwestern Connecticut where I am. Absolutely perfect, I would say. Looks, from judging on some of the screens that I'm seeing, it looks pretty perfect other places too. I can see Mel over there chilling outside, looking very, very green and blue. It's nice. All right, well, I guess we'll get started. And our fearless leader Menla will say a couple words real quick.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'm in North Carolina, and it's a beautiful day here too. So I just wanted to make a couple of announcements, remind you that the next Ask the Lama session is coming up on May 26th, and would love to have you join us. It's an evening program. And then, of course, our next one-day virtual retreat, which is on Saturday, June 5th. It's an all-day from 9 to 4. Those are on the website. And if you're signed up for our Words of Wisdom and our opportunities newsletters, you'll get all that information in that. And then I would like to turn it over to Suzanne Woodland. Maybe it's a beautiful day in New Hampshire where she is, and she's going to share a few things with us before Lama comes on. So welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here.
So thank you all. So my name's Suzanne, and it is a beautiful day here in New Hampshire. So before the Lama comes to speak and share with us, I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to extend a thank you and also an invitation. So the first part is the story. So when COVID arrived full force here in New Hampshire, and we all began to have our lockdowns and our change in life circumstances, my conditions changed substantially. My work, which was already busy, became busier as a government lawyer. I had an adult daughter move back home after 5 years of not being home, and she re-entered my little condo, which was not expecting to hold another adult. And, you know, I'm president of my condo board. And as anyone who's lived in a condo knows, that could be a challenging circumstance. And so all of this was coming together in my life. And I saw this opportunity to connect on Sundays, this meditation town hall with Lama Surya. And I fell in love with meditation back in 1997. And I have been a steady practitioner ever since, been with other Buddhist communities, and I have a relatively stable practice. But I knew and I recognized in these conditions that were unfolding before me that a point of stability and community would be really helpful to helping me be the person I wanted to be in my workplace, in my home, and in my volunteer activities. So I made a commitment that every Sunday I was going to be here with Lama and with all of you. And I have to say, this is my thank you. Thank you for showing up, because many of these faces, and I often would scroll through the screens, I've seen you here often. And I love seeing you here. And I love your questions sometimes of the Lama. Sometimes their questions are as valuable as the answer. And I mean that sincerely for someone who's been practicing for over 20 years. So I thank you. So I have this lovely point of stability with this meditation town hall on Sundays. And I was a few weeks in, and I thought, I need to make sure that I have given, that I respect the generosity of all of those who have contributed to make this program happen. I know that there is a lot of work that happens behind the scenes for any Buddhist community, or since Lama's not big on the Buddhist thing, for any spiritual community. And I needed to honor that. And I did so by going to dzogchen.org, heading to the donate button, which is in the upper right-hand corner, and making my contribution and becoming a member. Might have already been a member, but reaffirming that. Because that is my act of generosity. It's my act of gratitude. Because these Sundays have been a really lovely point of stability and inspiration through these challenging times. So the invitation that I am extending to all of you is to visit the Dzogchen Center, the dzogchen.org website. Say thank you. Practice generosity. There is so much that happens behind the scenes, not only for this Sunday town hall, but frankly for the years that have led up to this opportunity. And when I was trying to decide how much I wanted to put in that little box, I took a few moments and I thought, okay, what do I pay for other things? Whether it's the dance class, the Tai Chi class, my copay, when I go to the doctor or the physical therapist. And I looked at those numbers, multiplied it by 4 times a week. That became my number. And I was fortunate because I had a job. So I could easily honor that. And I guess I'm asking all of you, if you aren't already a member, to give that some thought. Or if you are a member, evaluate where you are, what this means to you, what this actually means to the lineage, if you will, carrying on this lovely tradition that is so beneficial for each of us and for all the beings that we intersect with. And so I'll stop there so we can hear from the Lama. But again, I thank you for showing up and invite you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Put a link in chat that people can go to donate. And just a word on that, we're actually revamping some of the stuff on the website and things. This is part of what's always going on behind the scenes. And so we'll be unveiling some updated materials and things coming up in the near future. And so anything that you can give helps us all to be able to do that work and continue the mission of transmission and updating it and getting it out to the people. So thank you so much. And now with no further ado, Lama.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Homage to the three jewels. Me, you, we. As it happens, that's a quote, that's a poem by Muhammad Ali that he spoke once at the Harvard commencement. Can you put all that together in one sentence? Muhammad Ali at the Harvard commencement speech, and he was a great man, and I met him in person. The great Ali that was a world philanthropist besides a champ and a conscientious objector to the war in Vietnam, which cost him his world championship title for some years. Ali was asked, I should say challenged by one of the students to give them a spontaneous poem. And he said, you, me, we. He was pretty quick on his feet. And that's our message in Mahayana Buddhist tradition, including all in our aspirations and thoughts and prayers and practices. So thank you very much, Suzanne from New Hampshire, and all of you who have helped put this together, and all year round our retreats and our classes and our Words of Wisdom send outs. Sign up for that, it's free if you like, and other things. So many things that are there on my two websites, check it out. And also the social media and other things we're putting out besides my books and other teachers and podcasts and so on. We is my pronoun. To be PC, as it were, which is hopeless for a person at my stage, but still trying to learn always. Which is the Dharma message? The Dharma is true higher education, education for life, wisdom education, not just vocational training like we so often see in our institutes of higher education today called colleges, but wisdom for life education, much needed in our troubled, agitated, restless times. Even now, so much violence in the world, again, rockets and deaths in the Holy Land and in so many other countries right now, as always, not to mention the pandemic, the refugee crisis, the environmental and climate change issues, so crucial to our well-being and happiness and the future generations and so on. So let's all pull together before we pull apart. And thank you for your generosity, including your time and energy and good heart, showing up here to gather together, to co-meditate, to intermeditate, to experience interbeing, to recognize our profound interconnectedness and interdependence and the joy of interbeing, the joyous awakening of this beautiful life, this gift, this miracle that we so often take for granted, like this beautiful day. So now let's begin with a little chant. Pete, please put something up on the board from the beginning chants and prayers that we usually use, and then a little guided meditation. And I'll leave some time at the end for Q&A. And thank you for all showing up today and for being beautiful. It's a beautiful path we're on together, and it's beautiful to be together beyond coming and going, joining and parting, life and death even. As it says in a good book, love is greater than death. Amen. Even grieving is an expression of love amidst loss. It's the love showing up as grief. We're not Pollyannish here, but we do try to see the 3/4 of the glass that's full, not just the half that's empty. Can we have a shorter prayer, please, in English? Thank you. Empower me, us through the white Om. Empower us through the red Ah. Empower us through the blue Hung. Transmit to me, to us, your Vajra, your awakened, your enlightened body, speech, energy, and heart, mind. And may we attain your transcendent realization of enlightened wisdom for the boundless benefit of one and all, for a better world and a better future to be possible, a better future that begins right now. Imho, joy, wonder, gratitude, togetherness. Yes. Just sitting, just breathing, just being present and attentive, aware. So simple, so natural, so freeing. Just sitting, natural body, just breathing, natural breath and energy, just being present and aware, mindful, rather than mindlessly sleepwalking through life, having all kinds of so-called accidents, often from heedlessness. Mindfulness is the antidote, rather than mindlessness at the wheel of life. Just sitting, just breathing, just being present and attentive. Attention and intention is the essence of the path of wakefulness, the path of enlightenment. Attention and intention, not just sitting in the pew, but being present and attending, paying attention, not just being in attendance for the record. So much depends on attention and intention. Pay attention, friends, it pays off. Awareness is the higher power, the inner power in this path of enlightenment, sometimes called Buddhism, although Buddha never called it that. He called it the middle way, beyond extremes, beyond simplistic black and white thinking, the way of balance and appropriateness, the middle way. Ah, Imaho, how sweet it is. Just breathing in, inspiring, and breathing out with the exhalation, the expiration, relinquishing, letting go, a little death with each out breath, and a little rebirth with each in breath. Born, dying in this moment, every moment, nothing to fear. Just practicing it, getting used to it. The ebb and flow, the tides of life and death, the cycle of the seasons in us and around us. Like the chlorophyll-based plants reaching for the sun instinctively, our inner bodhicitta, our spiritual aspirations, reaches up for the light, up, out, deeper, whatever, beyond directionality. Naturally reaching for the light, love, truth, happiness and fulfillment, whatever you want to call it, God, enlightenment, all placeholders for an ideal beyond the conceptual mind, but very palpable and experienceable. If I can do it, you can do it, anyone can do it, I assure you. Just sitting, just breathing, just being awareful, awareing, incandescently present and accountable, open and aware, lucid. Pay attention to your breathing as it is. No fantasies, visualizations, memories, philosophies needed. Breathing in, as Thich Nhat Hanh, the sage of Vietnam, says, calms the mind. Breathing out, relaxing and smiling. How simple, how liberating, how delightful. Breathing in, relaxing. Breathing out, smiling. Just breathe, relax, and smile. If you don't want to smile, if you're feeling grinchy today, for whatever reason, just breathe and relax. If you can't breathe, just relax, God damn it. It's a very important Buddhist practice. Keep breathing. It's required for this class. Perhaps the sole requisite. Aware of awareness itself, mind the mind, feel the feelings. I know this is basic, but it's so profound. If we could be simple, life is simple, friends. We're so complex. We complexify it, then it seems complex. What's keeping us from it, whatever we call it, whatever we seek, what's keeping us from it right now? Even at the highest level, what's keeping us from oneness with God or Buddha or ourselves right now? Except overthinking, chains of discursive thinking that entangle us. Just noticing thoughts, that's mindful meditation, not trying to stop thinking. Awareness of thoughts, awareness of feelings, just feel the feelings. Come down from the ivory tower in your head into the oasis of your heart, of your solar plexus, of your navel chakra, just feeling. Come out of the arid desert of the head into the oasis of the heart, of the lower belly. Pure feeling, that's it. This moment, that's it. There is nirvanic peace and things left just as they are, pure embodiment. The Nirmanakaya, we call it in Sanskrit, the Buddha body. Transcendent, yet immanent. Beyond any of us, yet inherent in each and all of us. Awareness, aware of awareness, naked awareness, incandescent presence, cultivating mindful awareness, nowness awareness, as we say in the Dzogchen tradition of Tibet, the authentic, unfabricated, naked Buddha within. Nowness awareness. This moment, only moment. This breath, only breath. Letting go of everything else. And letting go means letting be, not throwing it away or suppressing it. Letting go means letting things come and go, letting be in great equanimity and acceptance. Open to the wisdom of allowing rather than manipulating and interfering based on attraction and aversion. It's all part of this natural meditation, Dzogchen meditation, present awareness, self-illumining. When I'm clearer, everything becomes clearer. That's the way, the truth, and the inner light. Enjoy the joy of nowness awareness, natural meditation. Right now, all together, co-meditating, interbeing as one. Imho, wondrous, Eureka, Hallelujah, Swaha, yes. Eyes open, ears open, nose open, mouth open, heart open, diaphragm open, anal sphincter open, everything open, at ease, relaxed, decontracted. What word do we need to use? Open heart, open mind, open, at ease, aware, awareful, awaring, awareness with a capital A plus. Awareness, aware of whatever arises in the mind in awareness. A wholeness and completeness, mandala, holograph. Let go and let the Buddha do it through you, Imho. Joy to one and all. Now that the mind is focused, attentive, lucid, abruptly turn the mind back upon itself with this laser-like self-inquiry question. Don't need to think about it too much. Just pop the question abruptly and let go. Who, what is experiencing? Who is experiencing my experience right now? Who, what, where? In the head, in the heart, the body, the mind, what? If you don't find anything, if you don't know, just don't know for a moment. That could be transformative, undermining so much of our fallacious so-called knowledge. Who is it? Who is present? Who am I? Who's on first? Abruptly pop the self-inquiry question and let go. Plumb the bottomless abyss, groundless and boundless, lucid, senseless openness, the clear light, illumination itself by which we see and are seen. Assume your Buddha seat, just being, just seeing. Imaho. Natural flow, let everything go. And notice who's pushing and pulling, who's doing what around here. Upstream from thoughts and concepts. Who, what? Don't know. Yeah. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mantra number 3 on our chant sheet. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme Hori. Om Mani Padme. Oh, the mantra of great compassion, Avalokita Kuan Yin. Om Mani Padme Hori. 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 The Dalai Lama's mantra, the six-syllable national mantra of Tibet. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 From the heart, from the lower belly, let it out. Open the heart chakra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Embracing all. Om Mani Padme Hum. Including all. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme. Oh, may all beings be happy, content, fulfilled. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 May all be free from harm, danger, fear. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all experience peace and ease. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. The jewel is in the lotus. The Buddha-ness is within. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all be awakened, liberated, and free. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme. Oh, mommy, pray me home. Oh, Mani Padme Hum. Oh, Mani Padme Hum. Oh, Mani Padme Hum. Oh, Mani Padme Hum. Oh, Mani Padme. Ho 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 ho. Brother Pete, could we see Kempo's dedication prayer and my millennium prayer on the whiteboard, please, to complete our session? Go out singing and praying and chanting and dancing and smiling. Life ain't much fun if we take ourselves too seriously, friends. And religion is a poor excuse for being overly grim and serious. Through the merit of this virtuous practice, may the light of the Buddha's precious teachings remain for ages to come, the basis for every single kind of benefit and happiness. May all the supreme holders of the teachings who uphold its living truth agree to live for aeons, and their lotus feet remain firm in this evanescent world. And so may the sun of altruism and well-being, bodhicitta, in all its blazing splendor, shine the brilliant light of study and practice of liberating Buddha Dharma throughout every corner of the universe, illumining all, healing and harmonizing all. May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, May they be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, safe, and free. May there be peace and harmony in this world, and an end to war and violence, poverty and hunger, inequality and oppression, greed, cruelty, pandemics, famine, droughts, earthquakes, all kinds of natural disasters. May we better prepare ourselves for these natural calamities. May we be free from harm, danger, fear, anxiety, and insecurity. And may we all together complete this marvelous spiritual journey. One beloved community, one circle, one satsang, one sangha, one family, one mandala, all the way home. And I bow to the Buddha, the light, divine in your seat. Don't overlook them. I love just sitting, just being, call it meditation if you like. But that can be a limited concept also. How do you do it when you're out in the street or at a family gathering? So the inner gesture or mudra or posture of awareness is crucial. The view, the attitude, not opinion, but the attitude, the outlook, the Weltanschauung, your worldview in that moment. That's what's important. Rather than whether you're crossing your legs, crossing your fingers, crossing your eyes, and hoping to get enlightened. I like to practice being there while getting there every single step of the way, being fully here while getting there, being there while getting there, not waiting. This weekend, I was invited to teach a Dzogchen, a seminal Dzogchen text called The Three Vital Points, Six-Amnesic in Tibetan, from the oral esoteric secret tradition. Six-Amnesic, the 3 points that hit the heart of the matter. Glimpse or recognition, sometimes called introduction to the nature of mind or introduction to your true Buddha nature. In one word, glimpse. Second, maturation or getting used to it, checking it out and ascertaining it with great certainty. And third, stabilizing it unshakably. So there's no back swerving, back falling, whatever you call it. Glimpse, maturation, stabilization, the 3 vital points of the Dzogchen oral tradition, the Lanchen Nintig, the heart essence tradition. You can read about this if you like these things. So generally, we talk about the 3 jewels, the Triratna, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, that we rely on, take refuge in: enlightenment, Buddha, Dharma, practice, path, cultivation, transformation, and Sangha, kindred spirits, supporting us and helping us on the way. We also talk about the ABCs of meditation: awareness, balance, and compassion. Here's the 3 vital points from the Dzogchen or non-dual tradition of being there while getting there, of enlightenment now: glimpse, maturation, and stabilization. And you can look these things up. If you Google the 3 vital points by Patrul Rinpoche, you'll get more than you bargained for. As a rabbi friend said to me, a retired rabbi, he said, they used to ask the rabbi, now they ask Google. Maybe it's time for the Lama to retire too. I don't know. Anyway, when we look into, as I suggested in the meditation, self-inquiry, who or what is present, who or what am I, who or what is experiencing, make it very granular. Who, what is experiencing this moment, this thought is trying to control the mind, whatever. Who is feeling this feeling? We can go very deep into plumbing not knowing, into plumbing mystery, into plumbing the groundless and boundless clear light of being, which is not a human being or ourselves or me, myself, and mine, the culprit that brings so much suffering to us. The other side, the near enemy of the triple gem, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, me, myself, and mine, as I call it, the three Jews that bring so much suffering to myself. Maybe you're not Jewish, maybe you have the three Trinity or some other threeness, but me and mine bring so much suffering and confusion and stress to our system, our individuality and our family system and our work situation and our world. And it leads to wars, border wars, imperialism, colonialism, and so much coming from the selfishness of me and mine. So this is something we look into when we look into who or what we are and our true identity. And so we can move our best self to the front burner and let our small self be on the back burner, not slay the ego or get rid of it entirely and be like a vegetable. It needs to be taken care of. No, we need to have a healthy, individuated adult ego, but maybe it could be on the back burner rather than being an egotistical, selfish bastard by being a narcissistic, whatever, hedonist with our worst self on the front burner, competing and chiseling and fighting in the competitive marketplace of this world, not to mention on the battlefields and in other ways. So the transformation that can occur through looking into our true nature can affect the whole world. Look at Buddha's quest that has affected the whole world for 2,600 years after his great awakening. That's why we say, when I get clearer, everything becomes clearer. This is not just a belief system. We need to check it out and confirm it to ourselves if we feel like it, if we feel called. Many are called, but few choose to go, as I like to say. The chosen is self-chosen. It's not some caste system. Many are called, but few choose to go. We all say we want to get out of our ruts, but who's ready, willing, and able to face the unknown, to leave something behind, to empty our cup a little so some more new tea can pour in. Anyway, these are a few thoughts, and if you're interested, there's a lot to say more about the three vital points, about introduction to our true nature, recognizing our true nature, how to mature it and ascertain it with great certainty and conviction, and third, stabilize it so that the practice, the realization, the freedom carries us in life. We don't have to try to carry it all the time, as we do in the beginning and the middle, trying to carry our spiritual practices into daily life and change our habits, which sometimes feels like swimming upstream. Actually, we don't need to build a Tower of Babel to get to heaven, as in the ancient mythology of the Middle East. Heaven ain't up there only. We don't need to bridge across. We don't need to build a bridge across the river of suffering, as some call it, the so-called other shore. In Mahayana Buddhism, in the universal vehicle, we call it samsara and nirvana inseparable, recognizing the shadows side of life is nothing but light. If it ain't here, it's nowhere. Since it is here, it's everywhere, as it says in the Hindu Upanishads, the ancient scriptures of India. So what's keeping us from it right now, as I asked before? Whatever we call it, whatever we seek. If it's oneness with God, just talking English, what keeps us from it right now? If it's heaven, what keeps it from us right now? Not theoretically. What keeps me from contentment and just being without striving or needing right now? And it's the miasma, it's the cobwebs. It ain't that hard to get rid of them, but first you got to recognize it. Take off the Halloween mask that we've donned. We forgot that we put on the costume of our character, of our personality, of our habits. We can decondition and recondition. And that's what this transformative path of liberation is all about. Awareness is curative. Let the sunlight awareness in on the skeletons on our closets. Let the air blow through. It's transformative. Any questions, please?
I've been reminded by Menlo that we're out of time. There are no questions, but do you have time for one? I'm looking at Menlo right now to see what I'm going
Give
to
me
get
an
out of
easy
it.
question. Menla runs a tight ship. She's our admiral, and we love her and we follow her unquestionably. But do we have a short, easy question that Pete you can answer? You don't have to channel it through me and back.
There's one that I think is somewhat easy. How can I overcome doubt and develop more faith in the Dharma? Will it automatically develop as a consequence of meditation?
Automatically is a tricky word. I did not mention faith, as you probably noticed. I've mentioned wisdom, cultivation, practice, gaining certainty, checking it out, which means questioning, gaining conviction. Maybe I said that already. That's very important. And so on. I don't know how much it has to do with faith, and there's different levels of faith, from blind faith to real, experiential conviction or realization faith. So like we have faith that the sun will rise again tomorrow. That's different than blind faith. It's based on experience, science, many years of seeing it happen or hearing about it and so on. So we can develop faith gradually, but the point, Buddhism is not a faith so much, or a belief system so much as a recovery program where we recover or discover or uncover all that we are and can be. Of course, meditation, if it's, I don't want to say proper, skillful, intelligent use of contemplative practices can be very, very productive in that way and in other ways. But just sitting and trying not to think and calling it meditation, it may be not so much. So there's all kinds of different meditation. That's important to understand. Anyway, Buddhism is less of a faith than a way of life and an investigation into the nature of ourselves and reality. And in a way, the responsibility is on us to find out for ourselves and to awaken. Buddha himself stressed questioning and investigation more than faith. And yet we do have prayers, traditions, and other things. And people are all kinds of different personalities and levels and ages and so on. So if you go to the old country, let's call it Asia, the old country of Buddhism in Asia, there is a lot of faith and devotion, certainly. And even here in the West, many of us good-hearted theists or humanists have a great deal of faith in human nature and in other good things, but that's not irrelevant to mention. Thank you. Good question. Captain Menla, do you have some announcements to make?
Already been done.
You're always ahead of the train, Admiral. Thank you. Menla, Kathy Rancorn from North Carolina, originally from New Hampshire. She is our year-round, longtime retreat manager. Thank you for all that you're doing, Menla, and all of you who help put on this weekly town hall and our other virtual events during this pandemic crackdown. We hope we're going to get back to in-person residential retreats in beautiful country places next year. Thank you all. Be well, take care, stay aware. That helps. Love. Love to one and all. Have a beautiful Sunday.